Alright people, Catfish Dave here. I'm trying to catch a catfish in vacation land, USA. I am in Sevier County. This ramp ain't a half mile from my driveway. This is the French Broad River. I launched under Highway 66 bridge. We've got very little current going on right now. Not a lot of rain this year. Got a little bit of flow through here. My plan is to take this boat up here into the Little Pigeon River. We got a big campground up there. Water's a little muddier than this. It's a natural river coming out of the mountains, coming out of Gatlinburg, coming out of another section of the Smokies. Comes down through Sevierville, jumps out here into the French Broad River. The French Broad River, about 15 miles downriver, joins with the Holston River, and that is the beginning of the Tennessee River. I wouldn't count on any big blues being up this far, but a flathead is always possible. It's mostly going to be channel cat. That is the expected catch. It is like June 5th. We're in spawn. I'm hoping to either catch something going on or coming off the nest. Anything on the nest ain't going to pay no attention to my bait. I'm tired of messing with the big boats this time of year. Fishing ain't no good no-how downriver. I might as well enjoy myself right here in vacation land, USA. We're gonna head down here with the trolling motor because there is some deeper sections of this river, not real deep, but there's a lot of places that you're gonna ruin your prop going down here or going upstream. So I'm gonna use my new iPilot Minn Kota power drive to get me down here up into this Pigeon River. Let's head up this way and see what happens. I got me a bag of some gizzard shad, and I've got me some live bluegills, just in case there is a flathead around. This time of year, my biggest problem with keeping those bluegills or anything else on a hook, especially up in this little river, is gonna be gar. Also on the cut baits, turtles could be my enemy. There's a lot of those around here. See how long it takes this trolling motor to get me down here. I may even crank up my big motor until I start seeing it's only a foot deep and then hit the trolling motor again. Get this first couple 100 yards over with. These shad are bigger than I wanted for this section of the river, especially since I'm most likely going to get a channel cat on the cut bait. But it is what it is. I'm in the catfishing biz. This is all I could do, so it's something they're gonna have to chew. There's a dag-blasted dog in my video. Hey, shut up! Here's one campground right here. First one you come to once you cross under 66 bridge. This is the rich boys only campground. Ain't nothing but $2 million RVs up there. This one up here we're gonna be fishing next to, it's more of the Redneck USA campground. It's more affordable. Working man can stay there. This is for guys that win the lottery, but yet like motorhomes. You can see, I guess, the dark on the rocks. That's where they were running 2 gates last night, and the river is right now pretty much shut off. There's an old blue heron. Hey, what you looking at, bird? Yeah, you better get on out of here. My fishing spot. Woo! We done bottomed out the trolling motor already. Oh, shoot. Good thing my motor wasn't running. I told y'all this was shallow. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna have to get that trolling motor up even more than what it is. I fire up my trolling motor when I don't see rocks, then I turn it off. I'm not even in a foot of water here, man. We're gonna use the net to get in here. If they run in all 4 gates, you can come in here, but not like this. Just because y'all watch this video, don't think you're just gonna go bringing some boat down in here. You better make sure they're running some water. You better check the water schedule. And I don't know why anyone would really fish here anyway. I'm just doing it because I've never come up in here in this boat. Years ago I done it. I tore up a perfectly good prop. Didn't even have a trolling motor. I had to get out of the boat and walk the boat through that area there. I don't want to get my boots wet. We are now getting into the Little Pigeon River. This is jet boat country here, people. There's 40-year-old limb lines hanging all in the trees here. We're coming into the redneck campground over here, the one that anybody can use. Right here. It stretches a good 3/4 mile up this river. It's a big campground. I gotta go slow because I'm still reading 3 or 4 foot. Deepest water reading so far is 6 foot. You can see the cool rocky bank. That's flathead country right there. Not so much because of the depth, but because of the underwater little holes and caves and such. I had no idea this is this shallow. 5, 6, a short section of 8 foot. I thought I was going to get up here into shallow water. It's all shallow water. I'm in 4 foot, and most of this up through here was 4 to 5 feet. So I'm hoping I got just a little bit of current to straighten my boat out. And we're going to tie on a couple rigs, see what happens. First thing we chunking is a live gill. As nasty as this bottom is, I'm probably going to run 2 float rigs. Just barely hook these little gills. Start out with a small one. This is just a little 7/0 mustad hook. I'm going to run one on the bottom. As shallow as this is, in 4 foot of water, you don't want 2 foot a leader floating up, you know. Going to get a little closer to the bottom. I'm going to leave this float on here, but I'm going to pull it way up towards the weight. We're going to put a shad head on there. Got to have some cut bait in the mix. Like I say, channel cat's mostly what's here. There's the campground on the left. Lots of cabins, motorhome and camping spots all along this river. We're going to put on a larger bluegill. Put this one right down the bank, a little farther down. This one's set at 3 feet. The time is 8:35. Took a while to get up in here, get set up. We've got a good couple hours of morning bite going on here. 3 live bluegills, 2 on floats, 1 on the bottom, 1 gizzard shad head, straight down the middle of the river. We here, we fishing in Vacationville, USA. Ugly old male channel cat. That's what I figured happened on that old gizzard shad. Ugly thing. Skunks out of the boat. Woo! We'll reuse that bait again. Catfish #1 in Vacationville, USA. Sevier County, Tennessee. I'm just below the Boyd's Creek Bridge. You can hear the traffic. For y'all that like to bank fish, that campground's got plenty of bank, about 3/4 of a mile of it. They've got a not so great boat ramp where you can put your boat in and tie up if you got one, or kayak. Slow bite so far, and I figured that in the month of June, but we could be seeing one soon because we're still a good ways from noon, which I consider the hour of suck. I actually found a way to put it in that holder. That one rod holder on the left is multitasking. Woo! Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. Something's hitting that bluegill. Well, we got a little female channel cat, and I'm pretty sure that's eggs in her, so that's telling me they haven't quite went on the nest yet, or at least not all of them. I'm saying some have, because when it's still in pre-spawn all the way, it's a pretty active channel cat bite. The bite is a little slower, so I'm guessing some are on the nest and some ain't. Either way, there went my small bluegill. 2 fish in the boat. In Vacationville, USA. This is a BCF medium heavy Hellcat rod. For those of y'all not familiar with Sevier County, our 2 famous towns are Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Even Johnny Cash sang about Gatlinburg in one of his songs. Dolly Parton is from Sevierville. Of course, there's the big Dollywood amusement park, roller coasters, rides, music shows. train rides, water park, pretty much whatever you want. It is the biggest attraction in Sevier County. There's lots of shops, lots of things to do, lots of places to eat. Y'all boys that like to fish and like the river, your wife likes to shop, kids want to do something else, there's something here for everybody. You can send them on up to Dollywood. You can be parked off the bank grilling a hot dog somewhere. People come down here, set up shop. They run these limb lines or just hang out and fish all week. It's not a deep river. It's pretty much a trout and smallmouth river, but it does connect to the French Broad River, which connects to the Tennessee River. There are flatheads in this river. Blue cat can come up in here. Not as likely, but they have been seen. And your most likely catfish will be a channel cat. Excellent smallmouth fishing. This river's got some pretty tight restrictions, and catching a 7 to 10 pound smallmouth bass is not uncommon on this river. If you do want a camping spot or one of the cabins that they rent, you better call in advance. As soon as the weather's nice at all, they start booking it up. The price isn't bad, usually no more or even less than a lot of the motel rooms around here for the cabins they got. I'm sure the actual camping spots are much less. This spot is about 8 miles from Pigeon Forge, probably about 15 miles from Gatlinburg. Convenient location, about 2 miles from the interstate, exit 407 on Highway 40. Alright people, we have moved downstream just a little bit. We're in the heat of the day. This is the deepest section of river I can find right here. I've got one bait suspended here in about 10 foot. Deepest spot I could find right now. My floats are out with the bluegills, various depths from 5 foot. That one down there is to 3 foot, but it is up along that rocky bank, so. Float just went down. Well, I got in a bit of a mess, but I did get the fish. Another, looks like a female, smaller female, 3-pounder. 3 fish right here in Vacationville, USA. During a bad time of year, really. June. me that fish ain't on the net. That's quite a bit bigger there. That's getting more into the 10-pound range. That looks like a big female. Small bluegill, about 5 foot deep. Most fish have been caught on the bluegills. Yeah, there's a bite.
Look, they fishing right now.
Here we go.
What is that?
Big channel cat.
Don't throw him back if you don't want him. I want him.
Yeah, you can have him. If he stays on.
I'll pull in a bucket.
You won't mess me up. I'm on spot lock. I ain't got no anchor rope or nothing. Yeah, everything.
Channel or blue?
Channel. Everything's been on live bluegill except for one this morning. This makes
Is that no live bluegill right there?
yeah.
We're gonna go catch us a damn bluegill.
This is the 4th fish on live bluegill, and I've caught one on shad. I've caught 5 total.
Hell, I ain't gonna get us all that close stuff to us.
Yeah.
Son,
Yes, he won't put that pull you up.
nah, hell, you ain't gonna hurt these boats. They're aluminum. Throw them live blue right there. You get any more, keep them.
Yeah.
Holler at me, call me. You got my phone number, call me. If you catch 2 or 3 more before you leave, call me. I'll come back there and get them.
I probably won't be here a whole lot longer, but
I
I'm
appreciate
gonna give
that.
a little more. I'm gonna.
Cause you know me, I'm down here to catch fish to eat.
Yeah. That was a guy I work with. He camps down here every year, rents a cabin for a week or two. Well, there's the float. The float just got hit with a cut bait. Didn't stick, but he got a tap. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Shellcracker getting funny. Shellcracker getting funny. Either way, he camps down here and runs him some lines and fishes from the bank. And he lives here and he does that. Rents that spot at that campground. If you hit this place at the right time of year, you can catch some fish out of here. If I was going to take an actual fishing vacation, a week or 2 weeks of my life to go somewhere, stay on a lake or river and actually fish, it'd be somewhere like Santee Cooper Reservoir, maybe Wheeler Reservoir. Of course, you got to show up at the right time of year. You don't want to be there during spawn. That's going to make things a little tough. But if you're the type of guy that you like to fish, or maybe 1 or 2 in your family likes to fish, and you got a lady that likes to shop or do other things, kids that want to ride rides or whatever, well, everybody's got a little something to do here. And yet there are still fish here. There are catfish in Vacationville, USA. When I moved to Tennessee in 1994, this was the very first river I fished. This is where I learned about cut bait and shad and all that good stuff. I started out throwing chicken livers just like everybody else. people. I'm gonna go donate this channel cat